Hello everyone, welcome back to another 1v1 battle. I am bringing the dwarves being led by Grombrindal, and we are versus the Warriors of Chaos. This is the same opponent as yesterday. So in the front line here, we have 4 dwarf warriors with the middle Norgrimling's Ironbreakers, the Grumbling Guard. We have another dwarf warrior back here in reserve, 2 rangers with great weapons, 2 miners, 1 here and 1 here, and then a Dragonback Slayer, also a runesmith, and then bolt thrower over there. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. For Chaos, we have an Exalted Hero on a Manticore, we have a Chaos Sorcerer of Death on a Manticore, and a Chaos Lord on a Manticore. We also have 2 Gore Beast Chariots, and then a whole lot of Chaos Warriors with great weapons. In yesterday's battle, this person brought a bunch of Chaos Warriors with halberds versus my beast, and now they brought a Chaos Warrior core of great weapons against my dwarves. I can see maybe this player's strategy in their battles. But anyway, they've already harassed me a little bit, charging into my dwarf warriors with their flying squad. I'm trying to throw our axes into their units to try and bring them down. I'm going to cast a little defense spell there. We don't really get too many good hits here, but we got a couple. Then the Gore Beast Chariots are going to come into the dwarf warriors as well. And then we're going to try and target them with our rangers with great weapons. And these things are very annoying. Very, very, very annoying to deal with as dwarves. Try and pin them down, but they are pretty good at escaping, so we're going to try and throw some axes their way as well. And you can see now they're getting into our Norgrimling's Ironbreakers. And even the Ironbreakers cannot hold the Gore Beast down too long. I think, yeah, I'm also firing our bolt throwers into the Gore Beast Chariots because the opponent was doing a good job of dodging the bolt throwers in the air, so I switched from them to the Gore Beast Chariots. Now you can see that their flying squad is going to try and get on our rangers, which we have our Dragonback Slayers waiting for them. Also, Grombrindal's going to come in here as well. We're going to try and kill that Sorcerer Lord of Death. Meanwhile, the front line has been met, so Chaos Warriors with great weapons going up against our basic Dwarf Warriors and our Ironbreakers. Dwarf Warriors do not have a great chance against the Chaos Warriors with great weapons. In the meantime, we're still just trying to chase down this flying squad while throwing the Rangers' axes into their backs. Doing a lot of damage to this Exalted Hero. You can see we have broken their morale, trying to kill their Chaos Lord as well with the Dragonback Slayers. But they are going to escape from this engagement right there. Meanwhile, the Gore Beast Chariots are still just causing us problems. Now they're charging into our Rangers. I'm trying to pin them down with the Grumbling Guard. I'm going to get Grombrindal in there. And I'm also going to continue to try and throw axes into the Gore Beast Chariots. The front line is just a brawl. But you can see my Dwarf Warriors are losing the fight against the Chaos Warriors with great weapons, as it should be, because they're Chaos Warriors with great weapons. We have done a lot of damage to the Gore Beast Chariots at this point, as well as their leadership flying squad. But it's not enough because you can see they popped a healing potion to get their Chaos Lord back up to full. And right now, let's just focus on these Gore Beast Chariots, because they are definitely a pain in the ass for the dwarves. Meanwhile, in the middle, the Ironbreakers are holding out pretty well against the Chaos Warriors and the Aspiring Champions, but that's to be expected. Throwing in our Runesmith and Grombrindal into the right flank because it was folding under the weight of these Chaos Warriors, so we're going to try and buff it up a little bit with these units right there. Grumbling Guard over there to keep the vigor of units around them intact. Now you can see my Dragonback Slayers are also helping against these Chaos Warriors because they need to prevent them from getting into the middle, into these Rangers. But I think I'm going to pull them back out here soon because the Flying Squad is now back and into the Rangers once again. And the Gore Beast Chariots are back there as well. I don't have too many units to spare at this point because they're kind of being tied down by all these Chaos Warriors. I'm also trying to maintain my Rune of Wrath and Ruin from the Runesmith here and casting it on the healthiest units that I can. In fact, I think that's... Is that one going down? One goes down soon. I cast it basically whenever it's off of cooldown. I made sure to keep my eye on the Runesmith there, while still just trying to kill this very mobile flying squad and these Gore Beast Chariots. They are being very, very annoying for me. Grumbling Guard has been pulled back from this front line to try and hold back these Chaos Warriors along with Grombrindal and now the Runesmith. I need to try and take out as many of these warriors as I can, while also trying to bring down these Gore Beast Chariots with our Rangers. We have managed to kill one of the units. Actually, did we manage to kill both at this point? I think we did, actually. Yeah, I think we finished off both of those Gore Beast Chariots. But the flying squad is still alive and intact and harassing my back line. I do have my Dragonback Slayers back here to try and pin them down and kill them. But they are being chased by the Chaos Warriors, who are trying to keep them engaged in combat, so I can't use them against the Flyers. So I am going to try and run our Dragonback Slayers out here. And I think I throw this Grumbling Guard, or I throw somebody into these Chaos Warriors to hold them back. because I don't want them attacking my Dragonback Slayers. I need them alive to kill these leaders who are now going into our second range with a great weapon. Meanwhile, the middle is still being held by the Ironbreakers and these miners against these Chaos Warriors. The Norgriming Ironbreakers are just so good. They're just so good, especially when their vigor is kept up to max because of the Grumbling Guards. Vigor buff, still one of the best units in the game, the Grumbling Guard. Trying to get Grombrindal in here to finish off this exalted hero, but he's going to actually be pumped back. Throwing axes into the healing, or into the hero squad as well, and it's still trying to run away from these damn Dragonback Slayers. So here we go. I think this minor group is going to go over here to try and hold back these Chaos Warriors. I need these Slayers free to deal with the flying squad as much as possible. Trying to bring back our units that have routed, so you can see them coming back into the battlefield, but they're going to be charged by the flying squad again. In the meantime, Runesmith, again, just casting Rune of Wrath and Rune whenever it's off cooldown. And you can see, with its help, it actually does a lot of damage. So we've managed to try, or to slim down the Chaos ranks at this point. Norgrim's Ironbreaker still just holding that center. I am so happy about bringing them in this battle. But besides them, the Grumbling Guard are starting to wither away under the weight of the Chaos Warriors. Dragonback Slayers are coming back to try and aid them, and Grombrindal has taken a lot of damage. There goes another Rune of Wrath and Ruin on these Chaos Warriors, and they are going to be falling here soon. I think they're going to break with their morale, and here comes some of our Dwarf Warriors back from routing. Going to pull back our other units, going to try and get these guys back on their bolt throwers, which I've already done, I think, twice at this point, but they keep getting thrown off by the Flying Hero Squad. So I have to keep assigning them back to their bolt throwers. Ironbreaker's still holding that line, even though they were charged with Gorby's Chariots a couple times. They are still holding to the bitter end, allowing Grombrindal, Runesmith, and remnants of whatever else I have to try and go around and crush one Chaos unit at a time, which is what we're doing here. Now we're going to pile into our right flank and finish off this Chaos Warrior great weapon. And yeah, the Ironbreakers have just tanked it out and held all of these units at bay for so long, which has been so crucial. There we go. There goes the blind grenade from Grombrindal to try and slow these guys down, to allow these Dragonback Slayers to get in here and try and finish them off as best we can. We're trying to surround them, hold them down. So we had to slow their speed for that, but they are still going to manage to get out of here. Because they issued attack orders on these miners, which gave them that combat animation, so it got them out of the Dragonback Slayer's range. So now we're just finishing off the center of the Chaos line with Grombrindal and crew, as the hero squad is now cycle charging our rangers. Cycle charging with the flying units is when they charge down and immediately go back up, and then charge down again. They're trying to get their charge bonus and also maintaining safety so they can't get bogged down. So I'm like, okay, well, I have to deal with this. So we're just going to try and kill as many of these Chaos Warriors as we can to try and make them rout. You can see we get a broken unit there, more broken units back here. And their hero squad is just going to continually cycle charge, and they're going to try and get to Grombrindal. Tossing him around. So we're going to try and pin them down again, but they immediately fly up again. And now there is still 11 minutes left. And let me tell you what these 11 minutes are. They are of this person cycle charging my units over and over and over and over and over again. So we're going to watch this. Each time I try to pin them down, but they are a slippery foe. So they're trying to assassinate Grombrindal. They're doing charges in here, trying to use a charge bonus to get a good hit on him and finish him off. Right here, we managed to nick their Chaos Warrior. We almost, or the Chaos Lord, almost managed to kill him with the Dragonback Slayers, but they make their escape. And they're still just trying to charge my enemy to death to make a couple of my units rout, because they did finish off Grombrindal. I know this is on fast forward, but because there's a lot of this. So they just continue to cycle charge. So I'm like, at this point, we've gone about 6 minutes of cycle charging into my army. So I'm going to post up into the woods right here to try and make them slower when they charge in. You can see they have routed or terrorized another one of my ranger units. And again, they killed Grombrindal back there with their cycle charging. So I'm just going to get into the woods, try and slow them down and pin them down because I need to kill them. Now they're going to kill that ranger. And now they're doing another cycle charge with the Chaos Sword of Death. I'm trying to kill them, attack orders, but they still somehow managed to escape. Dragonback Slayers even slowed them down, and they were in the forest, but I couldn't catch them. Did throw a couple satchel charges their way, though. That was pretty cool. And then here comes the Chaos Lord doing another cycle charge. And then they're going to pull out. Oh, whoops. I've been casting like 4 Runes of Wrath and Ruin on this guy just to try and get him to break, but he's not breaking. Rune of Wrath and Ruin is not good on a single target, but that's all I had to take them out. Because I have no Rangers left, I have no Siege Engines left, and I've just been getting cycle charged for 6 minutes, 7 minutes now at this point. So right here, the enemy is not making a move to come at me into the trees, and I'm like, okay. So I will move out of the trees because my opponent clearly doesn't want to charge into them. So I'm like, okay, let's move out. I start chasing, and then they are just pulling away. This is when the opponent typed to me. They said, if I charge you, I'm going to die. And so they are going to draw this out into a draw. And I was typing to them. It was at this point that I kind of lost my cool. I said you're a really shitty player to play against. I don't normally lose my cool, but dealing with cycle charges for almost 10 minutes, which I think is a shitty tactic anyway, but some people still use it. Hey, it's in the game. It's not cheating. It's in the game. But it's a shitty fucking tactic with flying units to do cycle charges like what they were doing. But I dealt with it, because you just got to when you play this game. But what broke me is the fact that they knew they were going to lose because they couldn't fight the rest of my units in melee, so they just ran. And I lost my cool. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? You're going to cycle charge me for 10 fucking minutes and then extend this out to a draw? I was highly irate. Irate? I was pissed. So we just sit here for 3 minutes and it's going to be a draw. This is a full 20-minute game. And the shitty thing is, that was actually a pretty cool and good game up to the point where they had no army left and they decided to just do the cycle charging. And even then I was like, okay, you just got to deal with this. It's just part of the game. And then they pulled back and had a draw. Like, what? I don't care if it's a win or a lose. What I care is about wasting my time just to get a draw. Like, who cares about the rankings? I have no care. I don't even know what my ranking is. I never look at it. I don't care about it. Win or lose, as long as it's a fun game, I don't care. This type of shit is some bullshit. So I'm calling this player out. This is the first player I think I've ever called out. I'm never playing against Aloha again, because I am not going to deal with people who will do anything not to get a loss. This guy probably Alt F4s their games. If you don't know, Alt F4 will end in a draw as well. If someone's losing, that may happen sometimes. That's happened to me quite a few times. So know that if you fight Aloha online, they may do shitty tactics if it's available to them. But anyway, besides that, the first half of this game was actually pretty good. I will say Aloha did a good job at microing their Gore Beast Chariots, microing their heroes to try and silence my Rangers. It's clear they are, at the very least, a good player. But their actual play style is absolute shit. God, I hate players like this. I really do. And if you've watched a lot of my multiplayer games, you know I don't usually lose my cool, but man, I lost my cool when they... And then they, like... I'm getting upset again just thinking about it. To get a... Like, does it matter that much? Does it matter that... Just have a final battle. It's gonna be cool. You charge in, I charge. You charge your heroes. Hell, you may win. All the charges may terrify my units. I may have lost that battle, but no, they're like, oh, well, if I charge, I'm going to die. So I'm just going to get a draw. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed half that battle. I decided to show this out, or I decided to show this because I needed to call this dude out. I hate those type of tactics. Besides that, Grombrindal, 77 kills. Ironbreakers did an amazing job. The Dragonback Slayers did an amazing job. Grombrindal got 43 kills before he was sniped by the cycle charging tactics. Gorby's Chariots did really well. The Chaos Line did really well against my Dwarves, and the Hero Squad, well, you saw what they did. Up until the point when they became cowards and flew away from a bunch of little dwarves. Kazu hit, motherfucker. So let's go watch a cinematic view. These Gorby's Chariots were a pain in the ass. Oh my god. They are so annoying. They're just walking right through my dwarves. And again, the first half of this battle was a good fight. The enemy had good micro. It was an intense fight, constantly moving units around, trying to keep my Rangers safe, trying to plug the gaps in my line with, miners and crumbling guard were going all over the place. It was a good fight. And then they ruined it. Yeah, I may have hated the way they ended this game, but still, I got to give props. They were microing very well. They knew what they were doing. These Iron Breakers, man, MVPs, dude. They just held and held and held. This dwarf is magical because he's phasing into a chariot. Goodbye, dwarf. There they go. Finally silenced. Another checkup on the Iron Breakers. Oh wait, they're still good. I mean, the numbers are a little thinner than last time, but they're still there. That is a lot of bodies. Then here comes Grombrindal and crew. Or remains. Actually, no, I guess Grombrindal's still over here. Never mind. These Slayers ran like a mile in this game. They were running all over the place. Oh, you thought you were getting away. Yeah. And then that's basically the fight. You know what happens after this part. So thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the battle. And I will see you all in the next one. So many people died here. Good God. Take care.